Okay, hello everybody. Today, I'm gonna be diving down into some severe weather ahead of us, and not only that, but also dramatic temperature swings. Some days, which may bring hard freezes, as I'm about to show you, and not only that, but lastly, maybe even our first snowstorm of the season. Now you may be like, oh, well, that's not gonna happen. Well, I'm gonna show you how that may happen now. Obviously, this will change, but because of all of the subjects we'll be covering, this will be a longer than usual video, so strap in. Now, obviously, I'm gonna be putting them into timestamps, so like severe weather, the temperature, the snowfall, so that if something doesn't quite pertain to your area, then you can go ahead and skip to what is gonna be impacting you. So, just gonna give you a heads up on that. But before we do continue, please do like and subscribe and click that notification bell so that you know when I upload. So let's get straight on to the point. So obviously here's right now you have a strong low pressure system with some isolated non-severe storms down here. But I'm gonna go ahead and skip to Monday, which is tomorrow. Boom. So here we have, according to GFS, this is where you have the first severe concern developed now. As of right now, the Storm Prediction Center only has general risk just because of some huge model differences, but they have been coming to a better agreement lately, so would be too surprised if some severe probabilities are added later. So CFS has a storm be weaker. The European model doesn't even have a low pressure system. GDPS has one, so does GFS. GFS hasn't been to the west, so does it her, NAM 3KM, and then RDPS also doesn't have one. Now, here we have 3Z, so this is 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time, so 10 p.m. at night. This is where you could have some supercells begin to develop, so yeah, there. Now it's around 1 a.m. where the storms really kick in. This will be an overnight type situation. So the European model has this stretching from southwestern upper Michigan all the way into the Minneapolis metro area. And then the GDPS keeps this to northern Minnesota. Now the GFS has this in southern Canada down into the Arrowhead, Minnesota, maybe into far northwestern Wisconsin, and then, but also the GFS, if you may notice, it still has it in the developing stages. The HER has a very scattered in nature. The NAM has it being a bit more organized. NAM 3KM already has a squall moving into the Arrowhead, Minnesota. Now this would bring a greater damaging winter. Then the RAPS is very light with 9Z. Now this here where the storms would likely reach their peak. GFS, then NAM has it already moving into our area, into upper Michigan, and then a smaller, a weaker line behind it. The NAM 3KM keeps it just to the northwest of Vilas County in Wisconsin, then up into the Keweenaw Peninsula in upper Michigan, then RPS. Then 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time. 7 a.m. So this could last well to the morning hours. The European model already has it breaking up, with the predominant area still going on, but even there it's weak. GDPS, GFS. The name has it already out of Wisconsin, and now it's entering the Sault Ste. Marie area into Manistique, and then NAM 3KM has it arriving in our area up into Manistique, and then RDPS. So that's the thing. That's why severe probabilities are still not being added. I mean, as you can see, some of the miles have been further to east, while others have been further to the west. So that's just one of the many issues that are going on. So that is one area of concern, and then the rest will be largely dependent upon the storm systems, and I'm going to show you how. So, okay. Skip ahead. Oh, that's the other thing. So, once the day passes, so now 7 p.m. on Tuesday, so after you have that morning squall, another area of severe weather could develop right over here. So that would be the area of the worst severe weather for Tuesday, although during the overnight early Wednesday morning hours, it would spread to over here as a for-propagating squall line, or MCS. Here of that. So again, there's that. Okay. So now, when it comes to severe weather, this will be largely dependent on the large fall storms, which is what I'm going to be showing you soon. So now that is done, now more severe weather discussion in the large storms section. So now I'm going to be talking about some large storms which may be happening. These will be fall-like, and it is not unusual for large storm or two to occur during this time of year, but they typically stay in Canada. Well, with what I'm about to show you, this is what's really has me big concern. So again, there's that, and then you'll notice it largely sits northeastern Canada. Now that's typical of what a fall storm would do. Move on quickly here, and then just slow down and sort of sit here before that moves away. Then yet another strong storm moves through. Will touch it, produces snow the mountains. Then that moves into here. And then again, just start sitting around, could produce some severe weather that gets strengthened before moving out, but producing moderate snowfall over there. Then yet another storm drops in. Again, decently strong, producing snow the mountains, could go down as far south as Montana before moving up again. And it's re-strengthening. I mean, severe thunderstorms down here, rain up there, and snow to the northwest. Then really, really strong. This is something typical you would see of a October storm, not a September, October storm. So very unusual. Then heavy snowfall here, heavy rain, and obviously with a storm at that intensity, that would bring in a strong cold front, which could produce severe weather here, and gusty winds near the low pressure system itself, but the snow just sort of dissipates and quickly moves out to the northeast, and then already, yet another storm decides to show itself. So then again, just a long, widespread area of severe thunderstorms, stretching all the way from southern Ontario through Wisconsin, through Kansas, and finally ending in the far northern panhandle of Texas. Now, this is all going to change. I will stress that. this will all change. Expect changes. And it has been changing. But one thing they do agree is that expect a bunch of large storms to come through, mainly through Canada and the northern US. And then you're about to see something very, very unique and also very concerning. So as you can see, that cold front brings in a massive surge of cold air, which is what I'm about to show you in the temperature section. And then more severe weather, but then, why is it that interesting? A low pressure system develops there, strengthens quickly, and dun dun dun. Heavy snow. Heavy snow. Southern Canada. Now, during the last battle, it actually had this way over here towards Wisconsin, producing light snowfall, dropping 1 to 2 inches now. Just imagine that. But then, boom, massive regime of cold air right here, the heavy snowfall here. That would be a huge, rude awakening for any residents up here. That winter is gonna be here sooner than usual. Then that's the latest GFS goes to. But you may be wondering, how's this happening? Why now? And then what does this mean? So, first off, for how, I will show you. So, go up into North America, then temperature. So now this will be the temperature section, which will explain how this is happening. So, here's right now, nothing much going on. Now, because of these large storms, now temperature, especially if you live in Canada and other US, will be largely dependent on the location of the storms and their strength. So again, there's that first storm, does bring in some cooler air, like not too cool, just upper 40s, mid 40s, not the coolest thing to happen. But then, boom. And then there's a large storm which could bring in huge bursts of cooler, not colder, but cooler temperatures. So it fall like there. And then, however, though, there's that large storm, boom, showing that could get down to the 30s or even upper 20s as a low in these blues. So ridiculously cold. Will likely kill any crops that are not harvested by now, and also will definitely impact the fall foliage. So that is gonna be another thing, another aspect. Then also, obviously, if a snowstorm does happen, that's gonna definitely snap many branches, which again will also kill the leaves, impacts the fall foliage. So now for the temperature outlook, I would say that it's gonna be a mix of warm and then cold. Now again, these will be dependent on the storms, which at this time appear to mainly track through here. For the most part. Either here or here. North or south. So there's that. Now, how is this happening? Obviously, we have a jet stream that is set up currently over here. Now, when you get the fall storms, that means that the fall season is kicking in. That means the jet stream is now in the perfect condition to release these massive storms, and with these massive storms, they can bring in just really cold temperatures behind them. But then to the southeast, you have warm or sometimes even hot temperatures. Now, that's what causes severe weather along the cold front. But then, when you have it up here, when you have it to the northwest. This moist, warm Gulf air collides with the drier, cooler air, and that's what creates a snowstorm with these fall storms. And when it kicks in this early, that means the jet stream is already in prime to move further and further to the south. As time progresses, and that storms will only get stronger and stronger. And obviously, with a La Nina expected this winter, that means these storms will only get worse and worse and worse and bigger and bigger and bigger. So, what would I say for now? I would say for now, just stay tuned. This is something that will be monitored very carefully. Okay? Very closely. And these models are throwing the stuff all over. So, now I'm going to be showing you guys a GEFS. Continental US. Round one. There. So just to show how widespread the confusion is. So here has its own sort of there up there. This one has it to the east, the rest just have nothing. Then boom. As you may be able to see, large snows wait, get back. Large snowstorm up there. This one just has it veiling the mountains. Then the others are just everywhere. That this one has been like that since last winter. I mean, it just died. Looks like a child's artwork right there. So, yeah. Well, that concludes the video. Stay tuned, stay safe, stay weather aware, and this will be closely monitored again. And see you next time.